Hey, this is Adam Menconi in beautiful Sonoma County. So if you're looking to learn what it's like to live, eat, sleep here in Sonoma County, why not learn from somebody who grew up here? Absolutely, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the down low is. So hit the subscribe button below. Also, click the notification bell so you can be notified the minute we have real good wine country content that you are absolutely gonna wanna get the 411 on. Also, we have a ton of people that reach out to us just about moving to Sonoma County. So if you have questions, if you're looking for a very specific property, just reach out to us. Myself, my team, we're always here to help. I'm gonna go ahead and have our contact information here at the very end of the video. Con number one, traffic and bad roads. Now, most people when they come here, they're thinking, hey, it's a smaller town, I'm coming from a bigger city. They're gonna be able to take care of their infrastructure better. But you would be wrong. We don't. I don't know why, it just doesn't happen. Also, they've been trying to widen Highway 101 since I was like 10 years old, and I'm not 10 anymore. So it's been going on for quite some time. There's potholes sometimes in the country roads. It's an ongoing process, but it is something that when people come here, they're usually kind of surprised by the condition. Con number two, downtown's in transition. So sure, you're gonna have places like Healdsburg, Sonoma, Petaluma. Now, Healdsburg and Sonoma are like adult Disneyland, so you kind of have to put those aside. Petaluma is dialed in. They've got a great downtown. Windsor's got a great downtown. The Town Green, they've got the open air concerts in the summer. It's fantastic. Then you got places like Sebastopol that is still, they did a great job with the Barlow and brought in a bunch of new businesses, some fantastic restaurants, but they still have further development to do if they're gonna kind of catch up. And then you have places like Katati that is basically serving a college core. Rohnert Park that doesn't really have a downtown yet that is working on it. And then you have good old Santa Rosa. Now, I love Santa Rosa, but their downtown has been an issue forever. They put a ton of money into the square. I think they spent like $10 million on it. I think it's buried somewhere there, I don't know where. But on top of that, they're constantly battling the homeless. And that's where you have the services is the downtown area. And so they're trying to figure out that identity. They're trying to bring more restaurants and all sorts of business to downtown, including a bunch of new housing that will be going up here that will add more people to the downtown. But if they don't figure out the homeless situation, the downtown identity in Santa Rosa is always gonna be a little sketch. So they gotta figure that out at some point. Con number three, lack of a nightlife. Now, I'd love to say that Sonoma County is happening at all times and all hours of the night. That's not necessarily true. We tend to have a little more of a small town feel after certain hours. So the lack of live music is definitely a thing. I'd love to see more. You definitely have certain venues that will cater to live music, and as well as having certain festivals throughout the year that will bring people in. You also have the Wells Fargo Center and a couple other places where you're gonna get some pretty good acts. It's just not as consistent as I would like, or you would probably like if you came from an area that had a huge live music scene. The positive is that you are super close to Sacramento and San Francisco, which you're gonna be able to have really quick access to those bigger venues. Con number four, fires. So for the last 4 years, we've dealt with fires up here in Sonoma County. I'm not gonna tell you and sugarcoat it and tell you that it was great. It wasn't, it sucked. There was a lot of people that got hurt. What we're dealing with though, when we talk with buyers that are coming up here, people that are trying to relocate, is they often have a interesting viewpoint. They either think all of Sonoma County burnt, or they think just a tiny, tiny, tiny portion, it didn't really affect anyone. I can tell you it did affect a lot of people, but it was in a very specific area. So one of the things that you can do if you are looking to relocate is just understand that better. Know which areas to be in, which areas to avoid, which areas are kind of in the, I don't know what's gonna happen zone. The other thing to remember is the amount of growth that we've had as a community since 4 years ago when the Tubbs fire happened, and we were really caught unprepared, to now where we're aware, we know how to handle it. Doesn't mean that it's not gonna suck, because trust me, we're talking about natural disasters here, but the amount of preparation and awareness that we as a community has had, as well as the response for the first responders and the firefighters who are certifiable badasses that have really protected our area. So it's gonna happen, it could happen again, but we are prepared, we are cognizant, we as a community are stronger than ever. Con number 5, a lack of inventory. Now, the wonderful aspect of Sonoma County is you have just this abundance and this variety of different kinds of homes, from farmhouses to downtown to vineyard estates, and you've got it all. You want to be out near the ocean, you want to be in the redwoods, you want to be in the rolling hills, you want to be in the mountains. There's a lot to look at, but the thing is there's not a ton of it. So with that said, if you're very particular about what you want, please be patient. To find the right thing takes time. A lot of times it means being proactive, really dialing in exactly what you're looking for, and then working with the right agent to go after it before it hits the market. So pro number one, now we get to the good stuff. Weather. So most people come to Sonoma County because we are literally at the same latitude as one of my favorite places in the world, Italy. We have amazing weather. So if you are looking for a deep 4-season environment where you have 100-degree weather and then you're also dealing with 6 foot of snow, we're probably not the right place. But we will sometimes still have the ability to have an 80-degree day in the middle of January or December. There's a lot of that where you are able to enjoy the outdoors more. You are able to just experience what Sonoma County has to offer, I'd say on quite a few more days than a lot of different areas. It's one of the driving factors of why people love Sonoma County is the weather. That said, if we look at all the cities in Sonoma County, every single one of them has their own identity and their own microclimates associated with it. So they're not all created equal, but just understand overall in Sonoma County, fantastic weather. Pro number two, food. My personal favorite, it's one of the things I absolutely love the most about Sonoma County is you have just this huge variety. You've got Korean food, you've got Italian food, which is amazing. You've got pretty much everything that you want, and it's all done to a very, very high level. I've traveled the country, I've gone all these different places, and even when they say, oh, this is really, really good, is it? I always end up missing Sonoma County. The food here is phenomenal. So come up, check it out, try it, support the restaurants, and just having the experience, whether you're over at a winery or you're downtown, one of the locations here, I guarantee you, you are going to fall in love with the culinary delights of Sonoma County. Pro number three, the wine country lifestyle. Now, being in wine country, nobody really realizes how amazing it is to be downtown 1 minute and then literally be driving through the vineyards the next. There are times when I drive home that I have always still, to this day, I'll scratch my head and I go, I can't believe I still live here, because it is insane. Your access to the wineries, your access to the brewmasters, if you want to talk about just beer in general, you want to go Russian River Brewery or some of the other breweries here, fantastic. The wineries though, having access to what you have here that doesn't necessarily have the Napa vibe, Sonoma County has its own flavor, and to have access to that, to be able to go on a wine tasting tour or to go up to, whether it's Healdsburg or Forestville, or even in Sonoma and Sebastopol, where you've got these phenomenal wineries that you probably haven't even seen yet, you haven't even tried, and they are exceptional. So the wine country lifestyle and being able to have access to that is definitely a huge pro for people moving up here. Pro number four, healthy living. Now with this amazing weather, you have access to the outdoors more. So whether you want to jog, bike, cycle, meditate, go do yoga on the beach or run through the vineyards, get permission first. But you have access to all of this stuff that normally you're going to have it for a much shorter part of the year. Here, you just have much more access to the outdoors. On top of that, if you have culinary issues where you want to be kosher, gluten-free, organic, non-GMO, vegan, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you want to eat sand. We probably have that too. The whole point is, if you are committed to healthy living, definitely, this is going to be one thing that you're going to really love about Sonoma County. Pro number five, the natural beauty. Now, Sonoma County is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And when I was a kid, I wanted out of here. And then I went and I was in Hawaii, and I went and turned on the TV and they were giving away vacations to Sonoma County, and I couldn't believe it. And as I got older and traveled more, I started to realize, man, there's a lot of really nice places, but Sonoma County and the natural beauty that it exudes, everything from the beaches in Bodega, the forests over in Occidental and Forestville, the rolling hills, the vineyards, there is a huge amount of natural beauty. And if you're somebody that really appreciates the aesthetics of that, you're gonna love it here. So I highly, highly recommend check it out. It's much more than just the vineyards. It's much more than just the downtown. There is a whole lot in between that if you like that type of thing, we got a lot to offer. All right, we're at the end, but I promised you that secret one that most people miss about Sonoma County. And what that is the proximity to everything. Most people think we're too far away and we're out in the boonies. Honestly, you're like so close to Napa. You wanna head over to Napa, hit the Oxbow, fantastic. You've got a concert up in Sacramento, no problem. You wanna head up to Tahoe and go skiing, go for it. You're super close to Bodega. If you wanna head down to San Francisco, you wanna see the Giants play, 49ers, whatnot, you are so close to everything and so central. You have access to so much, yet you're still out of it. So the proximity is such a huge component. I can't stress it enough. So with that, you've got your top 5 pros, you got your negatives, the cons, which, they're there. And then you've got the secret one. Also, if you are moving here or relocating, you have additional questions, by all means, reach out to us. I'm gonna have our contact information below. This is what we do. We help a lot of people. We're the highest rated 5-star Zillow broker in Sonoma County. So this is what we do, eat and sleep Sonoma County real estate. So thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.